Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your continued support. So we know that there are some vulnerable people out there, and many people have to rely on others to help them with their day-to-day activities, day-to-day chores, things like this. And in some cases that means that people have to rely on others for banking issues, such as getting money out of the bank or paying bills or transferring money from one account to another, things like this. Now, the money saving expert, who is Martin Lewis, has highlighted a report which shows that there is a growing amount of fraud from people who are giving their PIN numbers and bank account details to others, thinking they're going to help them. Now, obviously a lot of people in this situation would use someone they trust, so it would be a family member, a friend or something like that, carer, things like this. But they have noticed that there is an increase in the amount of fraud happening, specifically with people with mental health problems who for other reasons can't get out of the house, maybe can't do banking themselves, and so they rely on others to do it for them. And what this report is calling on, and Martin Lewis as well, is calling on banks to offer more support for people who can't do the banking themselves. Now, there are a range of measures that they're looking at going into, including having what they call carers cards. So cards that carers can use in certain situations on behalf of the person they're caring for. Now, I think this is a very good idea in many respects, because obviously, you don't want to be giving your bank details to someone who may well cause fraud against you, or take all your money out of your bank and things like this. And this has happened a few times before, and I'm going to leave a link to the article so that you can take a read through it yourself as well, because there are some examples in there of people who have been scammed in this way, had their money removed from people who they thought they trusted. And this, of course, is the big issue. It's an element of trust. You put your trust in someone to do your banking for you, to maybe buy your groceries for you and things like this, and it can be very difficult sometimes to deal with that in a way that's going to be secure. So Martin Lewis and this particular report are calling on banks to offer more support, including a range of tools that people can use so that others can use their bank account without just withdrawing all of the money and disappearing into the night. So I wanted to leave this over to you guys as well. I want you to let me know what you think of this. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think there should be? I know there are some banks who already have certain things in place to help people who can't do their own banking. I understand that is the case, but according to this report, not enough banks do enough. So what do you think? Do you think that this should be something that banks should be getting on top of? That if someone cannot get out of the house, cannot do online banking, or for whatever reason can't pay things they need to do with the cash, for example, should there be things in place to help prevent fraud from people they may know and trust? It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts and perhaps even your stories if this has happened to you. Please do subscribe if you've got this far, of course, and I'll see you next time.